It's time. Showtime, baby.
Showtime.
Let's do it.
What we have is the massive, what do you call it? Drive it like you stole it. Lucas Cameron.
Everybody's been saying that too.
Drive it like you stole it.
Hot and ready.
Hot and ready.
Ready, baby. Hot and ready.
Hey, it is Friday, and we've had a day today,
No, it
everybody.
ain't.
Well,
It is for us.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday. Thursdays are our Fridays.
Yeah.
And this is, somebody said, hey, just to let you know, we're about to go through these two Incrediboxes boxes right here behind us, and they are off-grid solar. It is a custom solar, right?
The most custom we've
ever
done.
And it's nothing like the solar that we're selling for 25 grand. We got that coming up. We're going to show you more. We're going to talk about our off-grid packages today. This is an off-grid show. But I just wanted to go, just to let you know a little bit, Lucas here, he is our plant superintendent of the Incrediboxes, right? He is overseeing all the Incrediboxes, and this has been one heck of a week, man. We've been hammering, going, dissecting, throwing things out, and it's just so enjoyable to see things happening. And it's coming on. With our sales coming on, we got people selling houses making $500 a sale. We got like 150 people selling our houses. You have listed up to sell the houses, right?
Yep.
So it's just exciting. You know, Will and Becky over there, they're doing our sales online. They're doing all of our Grove and everything coming in. They have two people on the phone, and they've been hammering on the phone. They just can't set it down. They got to dip it in water to cool it down. I said, turn that air up, man. Put that phone by the air.
I need to bring it in this one. It's down to 61 degrees right now.
Yeah. So I just want to let you guys know that it is an exciting time here to be about what we've started and what we're doing. We were just talking about the guys' morale and what's going on. And we are in an area of Tennessee that is just economically challenged, right?
Absolutely.
And we were talking last night to a gentleman who works for Costco, and they're the highest paying company in the United States, I guess, for that type of industry, what they do. And our wages, when we hit our quota of 5 a day, we will surpass their wages.
That's outstanding.
Now think about that. We'll be paying more money. Our men will make more money than anybody in the country, and we're selling these houses for nobody can touch them, right? And they're like, how can you pay that much and sell them for this least amount of money, right? And they get 4 days to work and 3 days off, and we're not killing them. It's 40 hours a week, so they can have a life. They can have something else to go home to. They can start enjoying a lifestyle, you know? I don't know, that's just proud. That is something to be proud of. We're still in the works of it. We're still getting the kinks out of it. We're almost there. A couple weeks, I think, we'll be there, won't we?
Oh, yeah. And when I tell the guys on the line, like I told Randy today, when we sell houses here, we don't just sell a home. We sell hope, a future, and a foundation to build on. And that's something to be proud of. Like, I do not want to die knowing I was a lemming working at McDonald's slinging cheeseburgers. Like this, every person's life is touched with what we build out of here, and it gives them a future.
We had one today, Amanda, and I wish we could put people, put people on the videos. And a lot of people don't want to be on video, but this couple came and bought an Incredibox. They're going to put their elderly father in, right over here about 3 or 4 hours from us. And their dad's, I think, in California. He's an older guy. He hasn't seen his dad since he was 8 years old, and he's probably in his 50s, whatever year old this guy was. And he's going to take care of his dad. And he said, man, this was answer to prayer, is these Incrediboxes, that he was able to take care of his dad. Because you know, Amanda, when you take a loved one, I couldn't afford to put my mom in a nursing home or an assisted living.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was $7,000 to $8,000 a month, man. And so just thank God I had people to help me in the community, and I had a tiny home to put her in.
Yeah.
And it worked, and that's what these can do. Mom could have lived in this one okay. It would have been fine with her, So, Amanda, look, James leaving.
Oh, we got to show James again.
Look at that. Buddy, I love that. I love that going on right there, man. Thank you, James.
Everybody give Brian a shout out. He gives a heck of a haircut.
Oh, he cut your hair today.
5 stars on that.
Hey, what about Juan? Juan, did he trim your beard? No.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man.
So we got a hairdresser on staff.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? All right, let's get on with it. You tell us all about these houses.
Okay, so with this house set up, I would honestly call this the block party.
Okay.
Because I don't know an exact label to call
That's
it,
a good
but
one.
we have 3 different types of systems that we put in usually for people. But the customer requested when they bought this from Randy that they bought 2 homes, and then they wanted to power them both off grid. And so we got to thinking, and we're like, okay, we'll put the whole system in one house, and then we'll power both houses off that. But we'll also use the same available roof space and use part of the panels to power over so they don't have to put nothing on the ground.
Because there wasn't enough roof space on one to get them all in.
Right, so what you see here is actually like a normal house install. And
Like
I'm
a
really,
residential house?
yeah, like a
Okay.
residential house like I used to do, you know, before coming here full time. And I want to shout out to Billy and DJ on this. They literally have absorbed, as I've taught them, like replicating this stuff. And I measured this out to where it would fit within like a 1/4 of an inch. That's how tight the fit was.
We'll show you what it did.
And they
yeah.
literally fit that in there. So I was really impressed with that they followed through on that. So we can open it up here, and I'll go with the power cords and everything in a minute.
Yep.
Get the fire extinguisher out of the way. All right, so what we have here, guys, is, and I'll get out of the way so Amanda can get in there. This transfer switch was put in here at 200 amp service so that when this house arrives in its home where it's going, they can actually hook to the normal utility company.
Okay.
Because that way, if there's any code issues, things like that, they're ready to go for 200 amp service.
Wow.
We've only done this for a customer one other time just because of where they're going. The guys are still going to zip tie a couple wires before it leaves out of the lot. But we put this spool in there so that when they're the 40-foot extension to the other house, they can roll it up on that. That's why that's in there. But we have the standard OTG charge control board that we've used over the years. They can actually add more photovoltaic power to this later on their property if they wanted to. These batteries are pure lead carbon batteries, and as you can see, there is hardly a 1/4 of an inch to spare in this box. I mean, we have filled this thing
On
completely
both sides.
full.
Yeah.
And it has a Snyder 6848 Connex Inverter XW Pro, which is the top tier, top of the line Snyder unit. You can actually put up to 4 of those together. I did one in the past that the guy had an underground bunker, 2 barns, 2 houses, chicken shed, you know, just punch down the list.
Man.
And just massive power output. But we've got a disconnect to protect this whole system from coming in from the utility company. We have a disconnect from the system going out to the house.
Okay.
Then we have protection in the houses. Now people might ask, why all this stuff? Well, they can actually use this to power stuff other than the houses. They could actually put a splitter on this and power this house and then power something else if they want to. They could actually hook a well pump to this. Like, we have really thought this out.
Really?
So that, like, when people say, well, we want to get something really mega custom. Okay, we'll do it. You can run the whole block party. And now, with the thing is here soon, EMP system protection will be available to do on the iBoxes, right? When they're going down. So that'll be AC protected, just like a whole house surge arrestor. That can be installed going down the line. And then people that get off grid can have the DC protected. So you're completely shielded that if an EMP happened, a tactical strike on America happened, and this stuff has been military grade tested. It has a military certification, it has a UL certification, ETL certification. I mean, you know, just go down the punch list. Anybody wants paperwork on that?
Yeah.
But they've got that covered now, so the house can actually be protected. And plus, if you have a brownout, that'll be protected too. And it comes with a warranty on the EMP protection more than the house costs. So you're warranted for more than your whole house is worth. So that's really cool.
That's amazing.
Now that's an addition to our we got a $25,000 Incredibox off-grid solar, right? And we can add those EMPs. Now, would you suggest an EMP DC and AC on an Incredibox, or what do they need, just one or the other?
Well, if you're not going off grid, I would just encourage the AC one, because that'll protect all your appliances, and also, you know, should the event happen, that won't fry everything in there, sensitive electronics, stuff like that. Now, if you're doing off grid, though, you need the DC as well.
So if they're going to use their off-grid solar, they're going to need the DC also, right?
Yeah, they'll need that on because one protects the DC side, one protects the AC.
I gotcha.
Now, these on the future builds, they don't obviously have the boxes. Everything will be configured in the house. But with this one, we've got the power coming out, where that they have an extension cord the way they're going to back these houses against each other.
Okay.
That gives them enough room to run the cords under the house and hook it neatly.
Oh, gotcha.
And these PV cables, they'll be a lot neater. We just done that temporary today to show the functionality of it.
Right.
But if you want to go inside here,
So is the unit only on this house?
so all the system that runs this is in this house.
The motor's in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But power comes from that roof onto the charge controllers from there and that roof.
Because the customers bought these two.
Yeah, the customers bought 2 houses, and so we put PV modules on both houses, 6 on each house. And it just so happened that because this is why when Randy and Amanda sell off-grid stuff and they say we need to get this done in said time, is because the supply chain is like this, up and down.
Yeah.
So it so happened that the vendor sent Randy even bigger modules for the customer to do right by us so we could do right by them. And it ended up they were so big that they hung over a little, and the customer said, "Don't worry about it, bolt it down
Just
anyway."
go with it. That's
so
right.
they have even more power than they were originally
Oh,
sold.
that's cool.
So that was really cool. They done right by that.
I like how you got a nice box here where the wires come out, really nice. You got a key on it. You got a plug here, and you got these are from the solar panels that come up. You can see what kind of job that these guys do. It's all mounted really nice with waterproof boxes. I don't know, it's just,
And
we
you
got,
can get in on both sides, so there's 2 doors.
yeah, and there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
vent, top and bottom vent. They've got to be somewhat, conditioned with the weather.
Full roof.
Full rip on that. And I want to point out this tongue box. And this tongue box is made of metal panels, just like we did, the whole house, right? These panel boxes are hard to build.
Yes.
This door is made panels. Then we got to put C-channel and trim. And it's hard to make it look pretty, This is just, it is a metal box, and there's a lot of trim. And when you put a lot of trim like that, it's just almost impossible to make it look tight and all that. But it is a good built box. It's insulated from our panels, just like the house is.
And you can stucco this, and you never know.
Yeah.
This is going to Florida.
Stucco the whole house. It'd be beautiful.
I mean, you could stucco this because
Yep.
it's where it's going in Florida,
You
and it
got
look
it.
like a beach house.
It
I
looks
have
beautiful.
a question now. Do they need to put something that cools the inside of that box, or what happens?
So it has ventilation, but a cooling system can be installed right here that's powered off the system, and it will constantly pull the heat out, just like a stink fan for the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I wonder if we could use one of them solar powered
Air exchangers.
air exchangers.
We sure can. We can install that, no problem. And this right here is so they can hook to the regular RV service where they're going to be staying at the RV park.
Oh, okay.
But later, when they get their permanent place, they can have full electrical service. This is the most integrated custom build that's ever been built in Incredible Tiny Homes since the inception.
Wow.
That right there
Yeah.
is another one that's been built, but that's a smaller system. That's the new Incredibox off-grid system. But the newest will be inside the house and no more box.
Now, another thing too, just touch on really quick about, you all really suggest an extra battery. Correct?
Well, that's with the $25,000 Incredibox
Okay.
with the solar. It comes with one lithium battery, and we were going to get into that, but
Okay.
that's fine. Luke, tell them why they need another
Okay,
battery.
so
Billy.
long and short of it, the inverter's capable of pulling 125 amps. The battery's max discharge per one battery is 100 amps. So that means that you run your inverter for more than 2,500 watts or so continuously, then it may trip the breaker on the battery. It's not going to damage anything. It's just going to say, hey, I pulled too much power, I'm turning off. With 2 batteries, that totally mitigates that.
Never
and
happened.
Never happened. And another thing people need to understand and keep in mind is that with that lithium power, you can go way down on depth of discharge.
Okay.
And so that's going to be a critical game changer for people. And 2 is if they go with a propane water heater and a small air conditioner, we figured it up. They're going to use about 1/4 of the power that they produce every day
Okay.
Wow.
to 1/3, and they'll be fine.
Refrigerator, air conditioner. I mean, man,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Now, the
That's just
cost of the extra
awesome.
battery.
$1,800 right now.
$1,800
Yep,
right
yep,
now.
Yep.
Limited time.
We got it. That's all we can get it right now. But man, the unit is for cost.
Yeah.
Well, the batteries, I think we're paying $1,500-$1,600. Got a couple
shipping
$100
is just
Put it
massive.
in. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, get the second battery if you can afford it. If you're not going to be massively off grid, I mean, a lot of needs, one battery is going to be fine.
Okay.
But if you think you're going to be cranking it,
Let me get this ladder and set it
Okay.
up right here so
Yep,
she
yep.
can get in.
I'll put this back inside.
I ran off with my 2-step ladder. I had it already out here prepped. All right, so I hope y'all brought a jacket.
I'm ready for the cold.
Woo!
Randy's gonna freeze to death.
Oh, I don't like it cold.
Here we go.
Look here. What are you doing, Ace?
Look at that, Lord. And Ashley's probably done clean this place. Wow, 61, baby. And tell why we bought this air conditioner too.
Okay, so Ashley that cleans the houses ends up a lot of times outside cleaning them because how the flow of the line is. So we have this for her now. She gets it and puts it in the house that's about to be cleaned, cranks it down to an ice chest, then she goes out there and has a comfortable day cleaning. Then we move it to the next
She
one.
cleaned 5 today.
Oh, she's she's a machine.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's
absolutely.
great. Ashley does a great
That air
job.
conditioner's nice in here. Oh man, that's cool.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
But here's the real kicker. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
the best part of it all. That's how much load is only being used. We have all the lights
What
on,
does that say?
air conditioner running, and they're barely pulling any power. They have the capability of loading this all
Oh
up.
my goodness.
They're only pulling 800 watts. Both houses are on. The only thing that's not turned on these houses is water heaters, obviously, because we don't have the water
Right.
constantly hooked
But
up to them.
power and, I mean, the power's on, the AC's on.
Man, we thought about, and I was going to do it. We were running late. I was going to bring my mixer and a hot plate and everything and put it on here and see how much load it can go. But this baby's made to run hard,
And does
isn't it?
this pull a lot more than what a normal, or does the...
Oh yeah, that'll pull a lot more
Way
than
more.
the little tiny window units right here, like 300 watts. That thing's probably at well, hold on, I'll tell you, it's about 800 watts.
Really? So this right here...
That'd be like having 2 mini ones in the window plus
Ain't
change.
that something?
Well, you know, while we're in here, I was just thinking, some people were asking, hey, show us a new model, the
Yes.
final the final changes of everything in an Incredibox, right?
This is it.
So Lucas, of course, he's a plant superintendent, running it all. We've all done it. And it's a big team. Everybody helps
Yes.
him. We help everybody. But we wanted to show the final changes of this is the Incredibox that we get.
Okay.
And what I love about it is, of course, the plug down here that we changed.
Yeah.
That you can put a refrigerator under here if you ever wanted to. And you can put a refrigerator here or make it a closet, vice versa, which is great. You can do either one. This is made for an apartment size
This is how you
refrigerator.
receive the home now.
This is it.
The wall, the only thing you're not seeing is the wall's been shortened because this was one of the earlier builds.
One more
Yeah.
change. Yep, we made that door a little bit bigger because folks were talking about getting in with a walker.
Okay.
How big is the opening now, you think?
I think it is 22. 22,
What-
I think.
But the panel's 22. The opening's going to be what, 32?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
the full opening now is almost 36.
Wow.
If we got in
Dang.
36, we would be into the shower.
Yeah.
So we started capping the edge of the shower, but we've
Yeah.
got it almost to the width. I think
That's
36
great.
is handicap accessible.
Yes.
We're like
There
this
you go.
close.
There you
36-inch exterior door,
That's
almost
great.
36 into the bathroom. This is why I said my mom could have stayed in here at 96 years old.
Absolutely.
The gentleman that was just here, his dad's going to stay in it. You had a hospital bed, twin bed laying here.
Yep.
It's perfect. You could have a chair next to the bed or here. They can still have this as a desk or a table there. And my mom was saying it was really too far for her to walk 20 foot. But here you can hang on to the counter,
To the counter the
you
whole
know.
way.
Here, let me show you how I'd hang on, man, if I was
That'd
100
be
years old.
you.
If I
That'd
was
be
100-year-old.
That's right.
And then
Well, you're closer to what you used to be.
and then we put a grab bar in these things, 2 of them going
Yep.
to Florida.
There you
They're
go.
right across here.
You can reach around here and lean around. And then you can reach over here. You know what? We should put a guide wire in here. Just clip on the mom and let her guide it.
That's right.
We'll put a rod at the top.
I would have put mom in a harness and just shoved her down a zip line, you know what?
You would have done that too.
Hey mom, you're going to the bathroom. Woo!
I can't believe you didn't. And you know what? She would have done it. Okay, I ran it.
Hook me up. But in the final, we got 2 plugs here,
Yes.
right? There's 2 plugs. Like we said, plug underneath there. Underneath there, we got 2 over here, which I love. This
Yes.
one's low, high. This is where I've got my TV right here. Okay, outside switch, and this switch actually activates that plug there for a lamp.
Plug right there.
For a lamp,
Ooh,
okay?
Good thing it wasn't that Ashley didn't plug that in there right then. We'd start getting hot.
Oh, God mercy.
He'd have cut her hair off.
And then here's our panel box.
Yes.
And I love this is what Lucas added was this right here.
Yes.
This is a switch for your water heater.
Oh.
So when you're off grid, they put a switch here so you don't have to run your water soups. Hey, I'm going to take a shower in about an hour. Click it on, for about 30 minutes to an hour, turn it off. It doesn't run all the time.
Now, what is the height of that?
Now we can put that lower if needed.
Okay.
No, you
Yeah.
can use that
Grabber.
the grabber, like my mom. Got it.
You know those little things that has what dinosaur on
The
top
claw. The claw.
of it? The claw.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! From Toy Story, we have been chosen.
Who will stay and who will go?
Yep.
And then you got 2 cabinets.
Yes.
This is a 30 and a 21 or 24. I couldn't remember.
It's 21 right now.
21 drawer base
Okay.
cabinet. These are our high-end cabinets that
They
we'll
are.
use.
That goes in
Yep.
model homes.
Yep. And here's your keys. Your top for your sink.
Yep.
Yep. Soft close. Wonderful.
The counter
Water
space
heater
is
up here.
amazing. That really is.
81 inches, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And we have everybody sign off, triple check these houses.
Yes.
3 supervisors check these houses before they go out. So, I mean,
Think about it, man. We're just a bunch of hillbillies building these houses, and we're putting out more than the boxable. You know what?
Listen,
We're killing it.
from April to now, 4 months, all these changes have taken place. I don't know, 100 changes? I don't even know how
You got
many
it.
changes.
Damn, this is a wonderful home.
Unbelievable.
It's cool, it's dry, it's warm, it's just roomy. It's got everything you need, man.
Unbelievable.
Then
Got
our
the
bathroom.
flooring, of
Yep.
course.
Now the bathroom, we put this little piece of wood on there, right? Because if you ever want to take this off, you can put your compost toilet on here.
And that's a
And
piece
it'll
of
set
butcher block.
Put piece of butcher block. Got a plug right there. If you ever want to put a compost, we use Nature's Head. They use a little plug. And inside that box is your diverter, well, it's a Studer valve that allows the air to flow through. And then underneath the floor case, if you ever wanted to put a sink, there is a drain and a hot and cold line under this vinyl floor right there. Cut it, put you a sink right here.
Okay, let me show this. Let me switch to you. You get the shower.
that hopper window was put custom for that
Yeah.
customer
Yes.
because we didn't want them to lose a window because that box was so big.
Yes.
So we found a way to still put them a hopper
Oh, that's
window in.
great. That works out great for
Yep,
them.
yep.
And there's a big shower. Wow.
36-inch shower. Yep.
There is some wood trim in here.
And what I like
Little
about
bit.
this, now we've changed, and this is our final electrical change, there's no switch in here.
Right.
All right? And the reason is people are saying, well, if I put a barn door or something, I don't want it to interfere with this, right? So they don't put a switch here, but we've got a switch outside,
Perfect. Yeah.
okay, in the kitchen. We've got this plug here.
He's in the
What's
shower.
you doing, buddy?
Well, he's in the shower.
And then we got a plug up high for if you ever wanted to put an air
Oh, so
conditioner.
you moved it there. Okay.
You can plug it here, put your air conditioner in the wall, and you're good to go. And I love this trim. It's looking good. You got 18 inches of vertical height, 16 in the back, and it's 38 by 92.
Okay.
That's your storage area. Yep. You got an 8-foot wall in the back of the house, a 9-foot wall in the front, or vice versa.
There's your water heater.
Now that water heater, if they wanted to put a tankless water heater in there, if you're off grid, we have lowered this down to where if you ever wanted to put a tankless, it gives us enough vertical height to put a tankless water heater in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then here's your closet or where your fridge would go.
Yes.
And it plugs directly into the back of the service panel now too. There's no special electrical wiring that'll have to be done.
That's right.
The service
So
panel
that yellow
accommodates
cord,
that.
yeah, see, it plugs right into the back of this service panel right here.
Okay.
It's almost like an appliance.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And so when we put the tankless water heaters that already come with a plug, they can plug literally into the back of the service panel.
Yeah.
now.
Oh, that's great.
Now you can see all the pipes. This one blue pipe, that's for your pop-off valve right there, and then it's tied into your drain valve. Okay, so those two are tied together, and it goes running down the wall outside. So if you never service that, and you need to drain it. You just open the valves and it'll drain outside.
Okay.
Done. The pop-off valve, if it busts, or blows up, it goes straight outside. Yep.
Wow, this is
Wow.
great. Yeah, you can't beat it. This is awesome.
I love this house, man.
Yeah, another thing too is load testing. You know, we really put this stuff through the paces anymore. When it comes out the building, we're going to be able to hang on to this house for a week or so and load test it.
That is
So,
great.
Yeah.
Definitely want to send it finished and
Yeah.
good operation.
I love the trim. It's looking nice and tight. You know, the things that people can do to these homes is just
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, and what we've learned in 4 months, the feedback from some of our customers, because we did have some that had some windows that leaked,
Yeah.
things like that. So we've learned from that, corrected those things, and that has become the product today.
It has been, I spent probably 2-3 hours this morning with all the guys in the shop, and I was just really encouraged of how much they wanted to do it right, and how much they're trying to do it right. And they said, hey, you know, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, and how much they're really involved in it.
Yes.
They're not just trying to slap this together, you know, and in us increasing their pay and paying them big money. I'm talking these, we'll let you guys know what this ends up being. You're going to be amazed what we're able to offer our guys. And that's the proudest thing I am about this whole company, is that I'm telling you, it is going to revolutionize their lives.
You know what I think we're going to do too is the next time, because we had a grab and go couple that showed up today. And I'm going to get a total on the grab and goes, but I think we've sold 8 or 9 at least in the last 3 weeks since it started. So I'm going to get us a total on that. But I think what we ought to do when we get a grab and go person or somebody's getting ready to leave, we ought to take different guys each time and tell them, take them over there, introduce them, and say, hey, I worked on your home and you're taking a home. I'm gonna live in that home.
Holler at them, say, get on up there and get it going.
Yep,
help them out. Aw,
yeah,
that's cool. Anything else we need to know? You got 6 panels on the top?
So there's 6 modules on each house. Yeah.
6?
Well, all together.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest install we've ever done for anyone. But I mean, you know, a lot of people need to understand that it's like, if you're willing to pay the money, you can have anything you want. You know, I mean, what's that saying in life? You can have it all. You just can't have it all at one time.
There you go.
But if you're willing to put some skin in the game, you can have an amazing. These people will never have to do anything with this.
Wow.
Like, I mean, this is it for the long haul. 10 years down the road, they'll need to swap some batteries and then carry on business.
Now that's a good question. I mean, for you bringing that up. So about how long would that take? Depends on usage.
Yeah, I mean, well, something that people need to consider with the lithium batteries coming is they should get an easy 10 years out of those, and that's discharging it at 80% sale life. I mean,
wow.
We do that to our cell phones every day. Everybody's guilty of going home with a cell phone that hardly has any power left in it.
Draining it down.
Yeah, so I mean, the same principle applies to those lithium batteries. That's why it'll be good for them to be in use, because people, if they abuse them, oh well, they'll go the long haul.
Yeah,
but
so at least 10 years. That's a great, great run.
It's, you know what I like, Amanda? Look here.
Look at that. I know what he likes. He likes that coffee you had.
You know, and Lucas is always, you know, Lucas did solar for a living.
Yes.
He gave up his career to come work for us.
He did.
And it's just,
I love Randy like a second dad. I tell him all the time. I do.
he does.
Something ever happens to him, I'll be deeply grieved. I told him a long time ago, I said, I'm with you to the end, and then I'm going to the farm.
There you go. That's right.
Isn't that cool?
Lucas is great.
Yeah, and he's on me all the time. He said, "Now, Randy, you know what things cost. You know what things cost." And he's always worried about me that I'm not going to make enough money. You know, and he checks me, and I appreciate him doing that. But you know, you're not going to get an off grid for what we're selling or anywhere else.
No,
you're not going to do it. And I'm not trying to make a living off grid. It's a supplement to sell our homes. Yeah. See, if you're off grid, I mean, if you want to be off grid, it's time to add it.
This is the time.
It is the deal right now. You know, you put that $5,000 on a credit box, just what he just said. Can you imagine going 7 to 10 years?
No.
Well, the tax incentive, you still get like 23% tax incentive. You put it on your home. This is your home. There's a tax
How
incentive.
does that work?
So you'll claim that on the top line of your taxes. So if you owe that money, that's washed out. So I mean, that could be washed out 23%.
So they put that $5,000 added to the cost.
So if they owed 23% of that, that'd be like $1,000 and some change that they'd be able to wash off their tax. I mean, there's ways to recoup that, and you know, I mean, to give an example to people, I think a lot of people's like, oh, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. With a lot of companies and stuff, and it ain't like that. Randy literally is giving it to people bottom dollar, because one of the last jobs I did before I shut down in business, I tried to give the customer money back, because, you know, I was starting to be here full time. I was like, I don't want to go to California and do that job. And by the way, my heart rate out there on that job was like 180 beats. I sat down in the garage and thought I was going to die. I mean, anyway, long and short of it, the guy told me after the fact that the reason he still wanted me to come and even was willing to pay more is because the company was going to bill him double, and they were right there in his backyard. But he had me come all the way across the nation to do that and have the electrician finished out because I was half the cost. And that's not something. And that's not the first time.
He's making a living.
Yeah. So I mean, people are charging so much and it's because I think they're capitalizing on people's ignorance.
You got it. You got
And
it.
if you do the Arizona sweet tea thing, Randy's doing the Arizona sweet tea thing. That guy has never changed price on Arizona sweet tea. There's a reason people drink Arizona sweet tea. You know, I mean, you can check that out. And I mean, it's like, that's the same principle applying here. People, I've never seen so much off-grid stuff be sold as it
Hey,
is
now
right
I
now.
have a question. What about people who get the extra battery and everything for the house, and then they say, can you get a battery and just save it? Like get it for the price now instead of waiting 10 years or what? Or you can't do that? Batteries don't save like that? Or?
Well, you need to give them a maintenance charge
I see.
every once in a while, like every
Okay.
3 months, if you're just going to store them. But if I was going to buy the battery, I'd just buy the battery and hook it in
Okay.
and use
All
it.
right, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Anything else?
No, I was calculating that if you spent, you know, $5,000, you know, on solar, right, and it lasted you 10 years,
10 years.
it's about $40 a month in electricity.
Wow.
You know, so that's just the usage. Now think about it. If you could actually put this home in a real desolate area or a really unique place that doesn't have electricity, which would cost thousands of dollars to put in. Now you just go through the roof. And that's why when I always heard solar, they always said it's not worth it, not worth the money, not worth the money, right? Because you got to spend so much. Do you know why? It's because people charge too much to install it.
Yes, they do.
They charge too much. So that's why solar's never been good for anybody, because everybody's stealing, man. They're being greedy about it.
Yes.
I'm building homes. I want to sell more Incrediboxes. boxes. I'm going to put a solar on here to sell more Incrediboxes. boxes.
Yeah.
Right.
Done.
Yeah.
that's our philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm just
I was going to ask something else. I had it on the tip of my tongue. What? It was important. How much sun do you have to have?
Well,
I was losing it.
I mean, you need to have, during the peak hours of the day, I mean, it'd be good this house have like 5 or 6 hours of sunlight a day. But now this is something to keep in mind. Just like we built these people's house to be able to take more power, if people wanted to get another charge controller, a small one, and add more panels to the Incredibox one, they could totally do that for their battery bank.
Really?
There's
okay.
like we build the guys, I say we, I'm watching the guys build now, but DJ and Billy can configure the boards and are configuring them so they can be added to.
Really?
People can expand their systems, just like I always did out in the field. They can do the same thing with their
Wow.
house. Sky's the limit. And especially with these lithium batteries, you got 10 kW sitting in your loft. Literally 10,000 watt. It's like having
if
the
you got
Tesla.
two of them.
It's like having Tesla Powerwall in your loft. And they could add a charge controller after market. They could add that, or they could pay the extra and have us do it probably if that's something you want to do. Mount an extra charge controller, put an extra connection outside. They can set panels out on the land where they live.
Wow.
The sky's the limit with this.
Now, another thing, people are concerned about the EMFs. What's the deal with that? How can they block or feel, whatever they need to do with
What
that?
is an EMF?
Okay, so electromagnetic frequencies.
Yes.
Okay, people worry about this stuff, and it is a valid thing. But literally, I would be more concerned about sleeping next to my cell phone at night than I would that inverter.
Really?
Because we can take and put Mylar, or the customer can put Mylar, literally just the Mylar sheeting, glue that on the inside and the back of the
spell that? Do you know?
MYLAR.
LAR.
They're starting to make dirigibles and blimps,
Okay.
like you've seen the Hindenburg back in, before it blew up.
Yes.
Well, now they're using helium and Mylar to make blimps where that they can take load cargo and take it anywhere, like to the islands. The island's only big enough for set stuff down. They'll set it right down right there.
So they're
on both
doing
of them.
that now?
Yeah, so I mean, Mylar is such an amazing, useful tool for so many things.
Okay.
Well, they can line that, and I literally done a YouTube review of it, and I'm going to be honest with you, I hope the company ain't watching this because I didn't believe it'd work, but it was for protecting from EMPs for your cell phones and stuff, because y'all know I'm in Bitcoin. I want my ledger protected.
That's right.
That cold wallet's got to be protected. That's my retirement, and that's my golf money for Florida. And so I took that, and I put the cell phone in it, and I called. I was actually in Florida when I done the review. You
Yeah.
checked on YouTube video.
Oh, I watched it.
And Abby called me from the hotel phone, and I filmed it with my phone, and we called her phone, and it wouldn't ring. It would not let it transmit.
So it didn't go through.
No, it didn't go through. So it
Whoa.
protected it. So the same principle that they just line that with Mylar,
Yeah.
and the box that
Yeah.
Chris is building the cabinet. and game over because you're in
Well.
a metal structure. I mean, you're literally in a metal.
Can we do that with that panel box if they're thinking about the radiation coming from the panel box?
Well, I mean,
Is it radiation?
well, everything has a little bit of radiation, like that phone is
Okay.
letting off radiation. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's ways to mitigate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like
That's
that
cool.
inverter outside there right now, there's 2 metal walls plus insulation blocking that.
Right.
These
Yeah.
people don't even need to worry about that. It's completely outside the
Yeah.
house.
Got you.
The
And
people that was really asking was the ones I think that was gonna have it inside or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, we're
right?
gonna put it above the toilet.
Yes.
And that's what he said, we're gonna
Okay.
put it in a box and he can just put Mylar on the side and cover it down.
Beautiful.
yeah, there's
Okay.
ways. Oh, when people's got problems, we got solutions. Come on
And
down,
the-
drop your wallet off.
Can the common person,
Drop your wallet off.
can the common person buy Mylar?
Oh, absolutely. You
On
get it-
Amazon?
Oh, you can get it on Rolls. You can get it off eBay, Amazon right
Okay.
now. You got Amazon Prime. You'll have it in 2 days.
Order
Yeah.
from Lucas. He'll say, listen, Lucas will sell you anything.
That's right.
Y'all some Mylar?
We ship direct.
That's right.
He just started a company right then.
Hey, and I tell you what, yeah, if you want to buy an Incredible box, you hit me up too. I've got when I clock
He's
out
a
there.
salesperson.
When I clock out there, I'll go put my suit on, sell your house too.
I could die. I just love Lucas to death. Lucas
Yeah.
has signed up as one of our sales reps.
Yeah, what's your 4-digit number, buddy?
Well, I don't know just yet.
We don't know
Same
yet.
position on my yeah.
I
Okay.
put a request in, but I don't think it's going to work out that way.
Yeah.
I wanted 007.
But he wanted double Mission Impossible.
Because I had a plan.
No.
I was going to put on my blue suit
Yeah.
and dress like James Bond with sunglasses and prop up by one and be like, if you want the real life.
Lucas, do you still have your channel? What's going on with it? I mean, I know you do because I watch you. I spy on you.
Yeah, 7 Trumpets Prepper on YouTube, and we rolled over 80,000. I think this might be the year hit 100K. I'm
Yes,
excited.
baby.
Good,
Yeah.
excited.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we met, you had, I think, 20,000.
Oh, it was way low. Yeah.
When we met. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you guys today that Randy got the plaque. I wanted to be the first one to congratulate him
Yes.
because that's a milestone.
It's a big deal.
I looked it up in the stats on that. I think that the percentage is so low that there's only like 300,000 channels ever in the history of YouTube's hit that.
Really?
And that percentage, people might be like 300,000 a lot, but among millions and billions of people, it's like that finite.
Oh.
Like very few
I'll be
people
darned.
ever hit 100K.
Well, we're tickled because now we've got 100, I think like 119,000 and something.
Oh,
I just saw that. So,
God, that'd be cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to make it, Lucas.
I believe.
You're going
I
to make
believe.
it. And it's the number 7.
The number 7 and then Trumpets Prepper.
Yeah, there you go.
Trumpets Prepper.
Yes.
Good.
All right, anything
Thank you,
else?
man.
All hearts and minds clear?
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'm going to home for broccoli cheddar.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. Thanks for doing all this. And
Yes.
you had a long week. It's been 4 days.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and I always want to say it anytime you have me on is on behalf of myself and the guys that work the line, we appreciate you. Our livelihood depends on you, and we
Yes.
truly appreciate every time we see the wheels up and going off that runway out that backyard. I want to see it go every day.
That's right.
So,
It is. It is.
That's
It gives a feeling when we see one of them going
Yes.
down that road.
Yeah.
It's so unique.
I love seeing them come out the back of the building because I know we're doing right by Randy, but I love seeing them go out that back,
Yeah.
make a left turn, and never return.
That's right.
Left turn and never return.
Because it's like Jamaica, they said the left side of the road's the right side of the road because the right side of the road's suicide.
And on that note, we're going to say goodbye.
There you go.
Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.